Hello, Stampers. It's Becky Hahn here with Friday Fun Day with Becky. Becky Hahn from Davenport, Iowa. I don't know what day it is. It's actually Saturday morning. I was substitute teaching all week, and while I had everything prepped to go, I didn't have time to get this taped until this morning. So I hope you'll find this one was worth the wait. I'm calling this a window trifold. I have done a trifold in the past, which I have not actually shared with you, except on my blog. And so I'm going to show you that card when I'm finished. But for now, I'll show you this card that I'm going to be doing in my Funfold class this week. By trifold, and of course I'm using my favorite right now, Waves of Inspiration bundle. It has these dies that make this cool wave, and then you open it one way and you have the wave and our pretty blue sky and some clouds. I'm going to show you, these are embossed rather than being the two pieces of dies. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then on the inside, all I left were a couple of the seagulls from the dies. And these were cut out of the navy blue foil paper that is a specialty paper. So trifold, 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, and this goes here. So it's 2 pieces cut lengthwise, and the white one or the one piece is inside and trimmed so that you have a border. I like 1/8-inch borders, and then you have this one folding this way. Okay, so let's get started. Here's what you're going to need. Again, my instructions will be at the bottom in the comments, but if you want to get some things out so you can do this with me at a later date and just work alongside me and stop, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a piece of Pacific Point in this case, that's cut lengthwise. And so I have 2 pieces. I have one here ready to go, and I have one that I have cut. And so I'll show you that. So you need a lengthwise piece that I just call it a half sheet cut lengthwise. It's 4.25 by 11. Okay. Then you'll need a piece of basic white. This is 4 by 10.5. It's 4 by 10.5, as I mentioned, so that it is smaller when you actually place it inside. Okay? So 4 by 10.5. The scraps are for the clouds. Waves of the Ocean DSP. You can choose whatever piece you'd like for the wave that is in the front of the window sheet. You can see I've cut mine out here. Maybe not. There you go. Get some of this out of the way. It's the one that has the yellow on the back. Okay. I just liked this. And you can pick your place. I did on the second one that I'm going to use today, put some of the adhesive sheets. These adhesive sheets that are a full sheet of adhesive. My older one came from Sizzix. Stampin' Up! Carried them. They're 6 by 12-inch sheets, which we do still carry, only they're all white on both sides. And so I cut the one that I'm using today with a piece. You notice I just put a piece where I needed it, trimmed it, and went with it. So you'll need a piece of DSP or whatever you would like to use. From the blue foil, you'll also need, I like to cut this in a long strip and then cut what I need to out of it. So here's the blue foil. What I do is I put then a full strip of the adhesive on the back, and then you have extra little pieces here. See, here's my piece of sticky stuff. And I cut out a bunch of the seagulls. The seagulls, if you notice, one is a really tight V and one is more of an open V. So it's kind of nice to have them both. And then I just cut them from the scraps and put them in my a cup. So I have them and just peel and stick. So cool. You need an adhesive sheet. Window sheet. Oh, I'm sorry. Adhesive sheet is the adhesive. This goes on the back of the wave. And then you need a window sheet. I lose them if I don't put a little marker on it. So you need a piece of window sheet, 3.5 by 4.5. Okay, I left the paper on it. That will get removed. Okay, so that's what you need as far as supplies. Okay, so to make the card, you're going to take that lengthwise piece of 4.25 by 11, and you're going to take a window die of any kind to create your window. I was going to say, and the one I used is not here. I used the largest one from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. This, sad to say, is retiring. So if you want it before it is gone, it's got these lovely, unique, smaller dies for tags or labels or messages, sentiments. And they nest on top of each other, as well as these little stitched, scalloped dies. It's got a little tighter scallop to it. There's 6 of them, I believe. And I use the largest for my window in the front. Stitched So Sweetly dies that are retiring. And if you do need them and you don't have a demonstrator, here's my March code, or you can text me, email me, or whatever. So we're going to fold that in half. And then we're going to take the white piece and fold it in half as well. Increase it well. So you're going to take the insert and you're going to place this in here eventually so that the fold is to the right. You were going to decorate the front before we put it in there, but I want to make sure that when you get ready to decorate the front with the wave, that you have it opening this way. Okay? All right. So that's what we have for that. So let's do the outside piece first. So I've already pre-cut the window, I call the window opening. I've used the narrow 1/8 tear and tape. You can cut your 1/4 inch. This you can find at most craft stores. And I don't mean Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. You're going to have to go to an actual stamp and scrapbook store. Okay. So then I'm going to remove all of that. And I seem to have captured a little pink piece, which I guess is going to have to stay there. Might be part of my pink. And then you're going to take your window sheet. Place it in there. And I've got a little bit of excess there. I'll get my adhesive remover. So there is your window with fingerprints. Oh my, oh my. That's not good. So be careful how you handle your window sheet. All right. It also scratches it if you work too much with it. Okay, so we're going to set this aside and move to our white insert. So we're going to take out that good old Stamparatus again. I do have this set up like I did last week when I tinted this or shaded it. So I now have it set up for a narrower piece. I think we're good. Again, we're going to put and my crease is over here, my fold. Remember this, it's going to open backwards. I'm going to double check. I think we're good. Place a DVD case. Thank you. Stamp case behind it. I'm going to take my Pacific Point. We're not going to do any shading. We're just going to ink this up. And we're going to close it. And I don't have my nifty difty little, I think I have it upstairs. Oh, my little block that I used to make contact. Oh, see, that's why I need it. You can see where the ink still is. So I'll just add a little bit there. There, ta-da, one color, Pacific Point, and we're done. Okay. Love this thing. Stamparatus, must have. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry just a little bit. I can see it. Blot it. See, I've got a little bit of ink there. Oh, it's got a nice sheen to it. Love our basic white. See, I'm still getting some off. Okay, so before I get too far then, I have a new brush with a brighter Pacific Point ink on it. And remember how we do this. I still have some from the last time. I'm using a different blue this time, however. And I didn't start off far enough, and I got some block cheese. Okay, created the sky. Love it, love it. All right, so now the rest of it is bits and pieces, so you can actually put this inside. And so I'm going to use my stamp and seal. Once you get a theme or an idea, what other things can we use for a window? Well, we have that cool welcoming window that is being retired. You could actually cut a real window and put stuff that you would put in the window on this piece. Okay, so, all right. Now the reason we stamp and insert this first is because we don't know where to place our waves otherwise. So here's my DSP wave. First time I had cut the wave out of designer paper instead of foil or something heavier. This is got adhesive sheet on it. So I'm going to carefully remove that. It's like a spider web. There we go. We don't need that. Okay. And then you want to kind of line it up, kind of, sort of, where the stamp is. And you don't want it to go off the side. And you want it to kind of lay naturally, but you can also manipulate it so it's laying on top of the wave where you want it, okay? And so it's above, okay? Oh, I just love how that turns out. Now, I did see this done by somebody, and I have to admit I don't remember whom, and they did not put window sheet here. So if you want to not just have an open window, I thought that the waves were just a little vulnerable, and so I preferred to not do it that way. Then you have the foil. I used the two different dyes, and so oddly enough, you need to put some adhesive on the right side. And I can see that this didn't get all the way popped out. Okay, so you could put glue dots on it. I'm going to use some of my removable tape, she said, which I brought down. Hang on. I always forget something. It's down here. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of my removable tape. You can use your green multi-purpose glue. You can try glue dots. Okay. And now I can't say don't care, but I'm more concerned with how the two go together, because having the one down, I know that they both, isn't that neat? They both will work. Okay. All right. And I have something, there we go. All right. So we got that much done. Then you can decide how you want to do the rest of your wave from there. Okay. I want to show you, let me bring it in closer. Our cloud dives, and many of our dies actually, do you see these little open spots on the die? Let me make sure I've got it close enough that you can see it. These little curves and dots and things, this is the big cloud. This is the little cloud. So many of our dies have enough detail on them that if we had had our impressions mat, which we will not be getting, you can push it in using your silicone mat. Can you see? That is not the extra die. That is pushing it into the openings of the cloud. And I liked this option. There's so many things that you can do that with. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I used my biggest, oldest Big Shot to do this, and it came out gorgeous. Let me show you the sandwich. You need a #1 plate. No #2, no extra plate. You need a #3 acrylic plate, and I'll put the layering, the sandwich up for you here in a minute. You need to die cut your pieces, okay? And those die cut pieces, you will actually, once they're cut, put back in the die. Like so. Okay, oops. You can cut them first, or you can emboss them first, and then you have to go back and line it up in the die, which I don't think is very easy. And then you need your silicone mat, because it's going to push it in like so. And then you need the platform. This is the #4 platform that we use for embossing with 3D embossing folders. And then you'll put this on top, and you'll run it through your Big Shot, and it will not cut the silicone sheet, and it will come out like this. Okay. Now, I will caution you that kind of do a test drive on maybe a little section of your silicone pad. And the reason I say that is I decided to try this with my mini cutter. So let me show you how I did that. All right, you basically have the same plates, and I thought, oh, I'll just sit here and do this. You have your #1 plate. You don't have an extra #2 plate. So the #2 plate on the mini, the Baby Boss, which is still 20% off, it will be going up. The price will be going up in the next catalog by $5, I believe, 3 or 5. Here's the #2. And I'm going to do this off camera so you can see what happens. I'm going to put these here. The reason I'm doing it off camera is when I jiggle the table, it sometimes turns my phone off, and then I lose you guys completely. And the Baby Boss, the mini Stamp and Cut Emboss, comes with 2 plates. It comes with a 3 for an embossing folder and a 4. Let me flip it. The 3 is thicker. This is more the width of the big plate, so I use this one. So I'm going to, oh, wait, before I do that. And then I took one of my older stained silicone mats. Can you see where it started to cut through? I did not have that problem with my older big one. It's not as tight. So that's why I put it over here. In case it does cut, I still have more room to work. And yes, you could emboss it first. I should do one. Okay, then you need your 4 plate. Stagger them a bit, especially if you're using a little boss. Okay, I'm cutting over here on my shoulder. Feel the table wiggle. My silicone mat comes squirting out the end, and it's shifted. Here's this one. Okay, and this one shifted and cut. And how's my silicone pad survived? It's indented a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, so just for let's try and cut. I know what I'm doing. Yes, she knows what she's doing. Okay, so the plate goes down, the cardstock goes down, the silicone pad goes down, number 4 goes down. While I'm running it through, let me share with you the sandwich. This was tight enough. It did everything. Okay. Cut, little ragged. And let's see what my silicone mat looks like. Oh, it's fine. So that might be the way to go, so that the edges of the paper protects the edges of your silicone mat. You can emboss with dies or masks. I forgot to grab my mask. You can take a mask or stencil and also do the same sandwich. Seeing if I can find my piece over here real quickly. Nope, another time. Okay, so let's finish this card up. So embossing, we have so many dies that have the detail in them. Okay, so now we need to figure out how this is going to go. Oh, I notice I'm not real straight here. That might be a thought as you're planning. Okay, so I think I kind of want one. You notice I'm kind of looking in what you're going to see as you give the card away. Oops. Put that one there. I did not pop these up because of the window sheet. All right, so there's your clouds and the blue sky. Seagulls, seagulls, seagulls. Okay. Peel off my paper. Let's see, where do I have one? Let's stick one like right there. Let's put one. I have some white, I think. Nope. Nope. They're all blue this time. Okay, so we'll see what it looks like with all blue seagulls. Okay, let's try one like in between here. And let's see, let's open one up here a little bit. Oh, there's a white one. And let's kind of put that one maybe right here. Odd numbers. Okay, can't see it real well, But there you go. Oh, I guess I decided, if you recall, inside you could stamp a partial wave or ink up just the base and have waves. Let me pull a couple of these seagulls. You could stamp your pelican. There it goes. You could add a little blue if you wanted to the inside here. It kind of tones down that white, gives you a bit of a sky. Of course, you could do it before you put the seagull in. There we go. Oops, maybe not. I'm going to peel off the backing of the paper. Foil paper is coated, so you always have a coating on the back. Oh, I do like that little bit of blue on the inside. Look at this, the difference. That just a little bit of blue, isn't that nice? See, on the inside here, I do have a little straighter. I was more concerned with how it looked on the outside than the inside. Okay, so there we have our tri-fold window card with our window sheet in the middle, using our Waves of Inspiration bundle. And I hope you will look at your dies and try embossing this with your silicone mat. Okay, the other one I have done uses the Grassy Grove. And here's that gorgeous die and our On the Horizon paper, designer paper. So fun and easy to do. Same dimensions. This was black. You put the die in the middle, and this is your window instead of the rectangle, the scalloped rectangle. And you open it here to this beautiful scenery. This particular die also comes with a couple of deer, so you could put the deer in the window. And then I stamped on the inside. So again, we have a window tri-fold. So this is here, and this is here. Both awesome cards. I want to try some other openings. So there you have it. The window tri-fold card, a little late, but with you nonetheless. I hope you'll give this a try. It's really kind of fun. And you have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks. Talk to you next week. Bye.